tomatoes. I still have a few tomatoes over there that we have to harvest. I'm growing some sweet bitter leaf. I'm growing some water leaves. You have some peppers right here. This is a small container. You can see the pepper. A pepper right there. That pumpkin right over here. Then over here I have asparagus. I'm growing it in the container. And over here we have our mint. This is mint. It's chocolate mint. So if you haven't tried it, try it. Awesome. You can just have some mint flavor water anytime you want. Over here I have some water leaf. I have some um, salad mix over here. See, I showed you guys, I'm starting my stuff for winter and for fall. So I started some lettuce over here. I'm going to transplant them to the garden um, when when they are ready. So that way, during the fall, we can still get some fresh organic lettuce. Over here, we have more pumpkin. We have some onions over here, as you can see. We still have some onions over here that has not been harvested. We have a garden egg right here. It's doing well. And over here, I have my two raised beds. This one I have sweet bitter leaf, and the other one I'm growing strawberries. That's my little strawberry raised bed right here. And over here, as you can see, we have quite a lot of pumpkins. Pumpkins just covering the whole place. We grow a lot of pumpkins because you eat the pumpkin leaves, and we also eat the uh, um, pumpkins themselves. So that's why we have a lot of pumpkins growing. It's just spreading and covering the whole garden. With pumpkins, you have to try to make sure that you control them as much as possible. If not, they're just gonna uh, take over the whole garden. So yeah, over here we have some um, what the leaf that we're growing, and this is some huckleberry that we're planting right now. We should be able to harvest it at least a couple of times before the end of the growing season. We still have, I'll say, about 2 months before things go start going down south. Over here we have some of our uh, kale and collard green. We got some. If you watch my last video, where I took out the potatoes from here, so we planted some water leaf over here. Should be able to get some water leaf from over here. As you can see, the two containers we use them for water leaf. And down over here, this bed we have corn. These two beds we planted some corn, and they're doing great. Um, Hopefully within uh, 3 weeks to a month, we should be eating some corn from the garden. Due to the wind and the storm that went by, you can see some of them are uh, bent. So hopefully we're gonna be able to fix that later on. It's gonna be able to come back up. So over here we have this is a bed that wasn't really level, so we leveled it up a little bit, and the bed is doing much better now than before. At least the plants and stuff that we have there are doing good. So hopefully we're gonna be able to continue to get some stuff from there. Over here I have another raised bed that I'm growing sweet bitter leaf, and I have some tomatoes over here, more pumpkin, and we planted like 4 or 5 different varieties of pumpkins. So some of them might have different colors and different shapes, but they are all different varieties of pumpkins. So we also got some tomatoes over here. So tomatoes, like I said last time, we tomatoes when you get to harvest, every day you have to come to the garden. You always find tomatoes that are ripe. You just keep harvesting it. So over here we have some huckleberries that we replanted, and over here we have our green As you can see, the green is flourishing, and we have a lot of seeds coming out already. Green, they also call it African spinach. So, so once we harvest the seeds, we're gonna be able to at least let some of them continue to grow while we spread out the others to make space for other ones that are coming up. You might see some small ones. You might also see some um, huckleberry that's being covered by green. Over here, got some tomatoes. Also have some tomatoes over there that like I said, we have to come and harvest some of the tomatoes. It just gets ripe every other day. So here we have the corn, and over here we have corn, and we have some sweet bitter leaf and spinach in here. We also have some tomatoes. Yeah, we have more tomatoes. The wind really messed up some of the tomatoes, so most of them are either bent or lying down because of the wind that we got yesterday and last night. So over here you can see this is my kale and collard green patch. The wind really messed up. Hopefully they're gonna be back to normal later on once all the wind and the storm is over. But they are really doing great. You can see. I think it's time for us to harvest some of these. This is collard green right here, and this is kale right here. So I think it's time for us to harvest some of them. Also, in the same bed, I have some sweet bitter leaf. And over here we have um, water leaf, and we also have pepper, and we also have garden egg on this bed. So we have some weeds that are just covering the whole place. So we're trying to cover it as much as possible. You can see the pumpkin growing over there, and over here we have another pumpkin right there. So and it's still growing. So hopefully we're gonna get some huge pumpkins. These are all water leaf right here. We use them to cook arrow, and some people use them to cook other dishes. So over here we have some okra over here, and down there we have uh, pumpkin and sweet bitter leaves and pepper. You can see we have some of the corn on this side too. Corn is doing great. These ones, I think we're gonna eat them first before the other ones because these ones are doing much better and they're much bigger. And over here we have more pumpkin. So we have sweet bitter leaf over here. We have some bell pepper, okra, pumpkin. That's another pumpkin right there. Got some kale over here. We have some tomatoes. And so that is it for this side of the garden. Over here you have some pumpkin. It's also doing well. Got some more tomatoes right here. It's ripe. I love fresh tomatoes. I just eat them in the garden like that. It's awesome. Got some tomatoes. Also, let me show you guys the side of the garden over here where we have some other